Taking a break is a good thing because you need to separate in order to think more clearly and get over the emotions, the heightened emotions, so that you can actually see the situation and communicate more effectively. Because the problem isn't that one of you is one way and the other one is the other way. It's that you both have the expectation of the other to be the way that you are, okay? And we can't expect people to be how we are, okay? When you love someone, you have to meet them where they are, and then they meet you where you are. And then you both find a middle ground. But you have to both be willing to find a middle ground, because if one person isn't willing to find a middle ground and they just want it to be what they want, not gonna happen. You can explain things, and if they're willing to change, great, but you cannot force someone to change. You cannot force someone to understand and be willing to do things if they're not ready, okay? And that's when you do need to take a break, especially when it gets dangerous. However, all you have to do is bring awareness to this and both say that you are willing to talk about it and have the conversation and come up with a system. You do it once, you use the system a few times, make it a habit. Over time, you barely need to use the system anymore because it just becomes a natural instinct to respond effectively from the get. But trust me, have this once so that you don't even have to get to the heated and extreme version. If you guys want to be together, duh, okay? Have the conversation once, implement it into a habit. Make sure you both are saying that you are willing and committed to stick to it for the betterment of the relationship. Make it a habit, and you probably will never have to do it again. Now, one key element in the conversation is being aware of your own response, your argument language, right? Your own response and how it begins. They become aware of theirs. You tell each other's your observation of each other. And you get down to the logistical points of how you know someone is getting to a certain point in their spectrum and your spectrum, so that you can gauge before it gets to a certain level what you guys need to do at each stage.